Welcome to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve.
It says recording started.
Wow. Hey, look at that.
Amazing.
I kind of miss our lady friend that said...
She said
whatever
recording
she said.
in progress.
That's right, yeah. Well, recording's in progress.
Hi, welcome
Joel.
everybody to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve. My name is Joel.
And I'm
This
Steve.
is a podcast.
It is a podcast. At least I hope it's going to be a podcast because we're trying something new. We're trying something new tonight to improve our listeners' experience.
Yeah, so we're using a new platform, not Zoom. We're using something called StreamYard.
A StreamYard, yes. Today's podcast is brought to you by
StreamYard.
A podcast Prodcast. We might as well go back to Zoom.
I'm trying to figure out how do I want to hear my own voice in we should have.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that yet. I'm not getting
Weird.
that either.
Okay.
I know. You're just gonna you sound wonderful. You're just gonna have to take my word for it for today. I don't know how to monitor your own.
Yeah.
input.
Well, I don't know how to monitor my own input either in my life.
I don't either. Yeah. That's why we do this.
So, how we doing?
Are you serious? Are you asking me that question? I'm doing great.
I mean, I don't even know where to start.
What the hell, man? Is this even going to be a thing? I mean, it's technically a podcast.
It's technically a podcast, but we're doing something. Steve decided to change everything at the last minute, and so
yeah, this is somehow our lack of content.
yeah,
is
so
somehow
it's
my
Steve's fault if this doesn't go well, and it's also Maven's fault if it doesn't. She's definitely in a rambunctious mood, so I'm taking no responsibility for the quality of this content.
But you're half of the content.
Yeah, but if I can, I'm a ninja at avoiding responsibility or accountability.
Both.
See, told you.
Okay, now it's literally Joel and his dog. Well, thanks everybody for stopping by.
She brought her toy.
Why don't you just grab the squeaky toy and throw it? What's so hard about this?
So, I don't know where you go. I'm dealing with the puppy right now. I don't know. My audio's all messed up.
The good news is I'm also recording video.
Yeah, we're not going to be displaying. I do not consent to the video being broadcast.
See, why don't you just give me what I want, Joel, without me explaining what that might
ready.
be? Why don't you let me just do whatever I want with your likeness?
Not this week. I'm in no shape. And my dog.
Oh, you're in a shape.
Welcome to the Dogcast.
What? I was gonna say you could show Maven and her squeaky toy, and I could show my
what
bloody
happened there?
nose. We could show just a cat. One of my kittens likes to lick my nose.
Yeah.
And then the other one came up and looked like she was gonna lick it, but she sunk her hypodermic syringe-like teeth into my nose. And I probably could have done a thing where, like, if this was like a National Lampoon's Vacation movie, I could have like spun around in my living room with the cat clinging to my nose and her butt all spinning around from centrifugal force.
Yeah, I think I do.
You know what I'm saying? And it would have been the madcap comedy scene of the season. It would have been even better if, like, the cat then released herself and flew.
Was it
into
actually
the
like supporting its weight from its puncture into your nostril? Oh man,
no. But
I mean, that's the thing, though, is it probably was sharp enough to get through, but not heavy enough to rip out. So it could have really hung on there.
This is what I'm saying.
I watched this thing about cats and bears, right? Bears bears are raised in the wild to know that they are kind of the top of the food chain and nobody messes with them, so they don't get messed with a lot. But you'll see videos of
Sure.
cats fucking with a black bear because yeah,
Like a
because a
house cat.
cat does not care, right? A cat, like
They don't care.
they are the same behavior you see in a house cat is the same behavior you see in a lion, right? Like it's pretty much
100%.
the same deal. So they have no
Just a lot smaller
and they
body.
have knives for hands. So they'll fuck with a bear and the
Totally.
bear is shocked because nobody fucks nobody
What the
fucks
hell
with a
is
bear.
this?
So that's why cats are great because they have no concept that they're, 80 times smaller than the grizzly,
Right.
And bears aren't used to getting screwed with. So I got mad respect for cats because they don't give a shit. No shit's given.
No shit's given. They do not care. Nope. Mm-mm. And yet somehow they're weirdly captivating and like oddly affectionate
When they feel like it. On their terms.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like my mom sent me a thing, or she told me about that kittens bond with their human caretakers the same way an infant bonds with a parent. Yeah. So I feel like we're off to a good start. Nose piercing aside, I think. Because like if I lay down on the couch, they both just come lay on me. Sometimes they fight each other on me, which is less relaxing,
welcome to the Thunderdome right in your lap.
Pretty much in my lap, yeah. It's like 6 combined with a combined weight of 6 pounds. It's just like this, those cartoon balls of violence. Smoking. That's what it looks. That's what it looks like, and the sounds and the hissing, and it's really hilarious, actually. Sometimes it hurts a little bit because it's sharp.
Maven's got puppy teeth. That there's a remnant of a scar on my knuckle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes she wants to chew on toys. Sometimes she wants to chew on hands. So we're still there.
Yeah, and her mouth's bigger than kitten mouth.
I think we're turning a corner with the bonding, though. I feel like there's like a weird, interesting bonding shift between, like Maven's way more cuddly, which is saying a lot because she normally doesn't want to do that at all. But I feel like she's a little more want to cuddle with us here and there. Like she's getting a little more used to the puddle pack of cuddliness, which is nice.
So does she sleep?
She does.
Bed?
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
good Lord.
I sleep okay. I mean, we got to get up to let her out most nights, which isn't awesome. But like right now, she's whining at the door, so you're going to come with me while I let her out. But yeah, we sleep okay for the most part.
I feel like this is like captivating video.
Oh yeah, right. This shot of my groin. No, we're not putting this out there.
Hey, that's the money shot, dude.
Yeah, but I'm just not going to give that away. You know what I mean?
Well, again, Patreon account. We're really blowing it here.
Oh goodness! How'd the gig go last night?
It's great. Weren't a ton of people there, but the people that were there were into it, like actually, and like I think they actually came to see us. Like we played at the Exile on O Street, the Rolling Stones tribute band that I play guitar in, played at the Down Under Lounge in Omaha, Nebraska last night, about 33rd, 35th, and Leavenworth. Yeah, it was cool. I mean, the Down Under is not a large
I'm not
place,
familiar,
but it's really cool. It's great. It's really cool. It's not as big as the Zoo Bar, not even. But whatever. I mean, the Down Under did a great job of promoting the show. So some people that wanted to hear Rolling Stones music actually came out to hear Rolling Stones.
They were there.
So that was cool
to hear the thing.
Yeah, exactly. They weren't just there because that's where they hang out or whatever, Yeah, it was good. We had a good time, and hat tip to Rich Dickerson, our other guitar player, who did a couple songs, like did the going out in the crowd and playing the wireless guitar thing. At one point in time, he was on the table. I mean, it was great. I mean, he put on the rock and roll show. It was fantastic. And we had a good time. And yeah, it's cool. Love the Down Under. And also, I went and ate at Taste of India.
Oh, yeah.
Which was like a block away. It was just a block away. And that place is just
That
amazing.
place is awesome.
It is awesome.
Highly recommend.
The food is out of this world. Yeah, Taste of India, about 35th and Leavenworth in Omaha. Almost worth driving to Omaha for. Don't. It's not the oven,
Right.
in terms of size and ambiance. It's a little smaller.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
I think the food is better. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That's
the
not
food
even
is
a
much
question.
better than the ovens.
It is. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I like the oven, but
sure.
Yeah.
I was the only person in there. They treated me like royalty.
Nice.
It was great.
Nice.
I had a cup of tea.
Very
It was
good.
fantastic.
Very good.
It felt very civilized.
Good.
And the waiter guy asked me what I was doing there, like how long had I eaten there before. And I said, well, last time I was here was like 10 years ago, because I think that's when the Russian Circle show was. And he was kind of like, he wasn't expecting that answer. And he said, well, what are you doing here now? And I said, well, I'm playing music, just down the street. And they said, oh, you're a musician. I'm like, well, sure. For the purposes of this conversation tonight, I am, yes. I'm like, please don't think, oh my gosh, we have a famous person in here.
That's not
what's happening.
We're not doing the, you're not going to take my picture and put it on the wall.
And put on the wall. Yeah, right. Well, I mean, you could, but it would be kind of silly. Being the only headshot on your wall.
That would be kind of awesome, though.
It would be. Now that I think, instead I'm going back there. No, I'm not going to go back there.
Yeah.
Where did you go? Did
I don't know what I'm doing.
Video? There we go.
I'm messing.
Well, stop.
I'm pressing buttons on this. It's like, oh, I should play around with this. I shouldn't play around with this in the middle of an episode.
Not probably, but that's probably
blue
a good
wave.
idea. It's working.
Oh yeah, I'm changing my setup.
Today's podcast is brought to you by StreamYard. Modern podcasting for a modern world.
Yeah.
I don't think that's their actual slogan.
That you just coined it.
But it is cool. It's so Guest of the Year. We're recording Guest of the Year with StreamYard now.
So is this that's not the format he was
that's
using?
How I heard about it. No, he was doing it over Zoom.
Nice.
And he was trying to and I don't know, I mean, this is one of those things that if I was more forward thinking or more entrepreneurially minded, I would have thought of this, because as long as we've been doing this on Zoom, the weakness of Zoom is that the audio compression sucks.
I can already tell, like, this particular platform. Sorry, now I've got to plug my laptop in. I'm not prepared for any of this. I can already tell that this platform can be more conversational. I feel like there's not a lag in between what you're saying and what I'm saying.
100%. That's because you're not, well, I guess you are hearing me come through space, and I am hearing you come through space, but it's a higher quality stream. And then this is the part that I wish I would have thought of. You can have Zoom, and we talked about this briefly a time or two. Like, I could have asked you to manually record your audio locally and then upload and then send me that file. No, we never did that. This platform does all that automatically. Nice. Like, as soon as we hit stop recording, it will upload what's been recorded, your local recordings, to me.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how I understand it.
I'm sure everything will work out great.
That's when I say at the beginning of this, when I said, well, I hope this is a podcast. That's why, because I really hope that works as I understand it.
This is the best you're going to get out of me tonight, so I can't do this again. So hopefully it records.
I got no time to do this again. You people out there that might be listening, you have to know how lucky you are that we're creating this top-notch, top-shelf content for you. Because we're kind of squeezing this. I feel bad.
I feel like I'm not. You know how, like, in listening to Mark Maron's podcast for so many years, when he talks about like being locked in with I feel like I'm not locked in, and it has nothing. It has nothing to do with this platform. It's like I was doing.
Thank you.
Secret meeting work all afternoon, and then I realized the dog was out of food. And I needed to go to the pet store before They before we did this, before they closed.
Oh yeah. Right.
And then
that's real.
Yeah, so I'm not locked in, man. I really need.
Well, do we need to take a minute to get
Maybe.
grounded? Should we do some breathing? Okay, let's take a deep breath. And again. Well,
I feel a little more
grounded.
I feel like
I feel a little lightheaded.
I feel like I feel like the thing that a breath like that does very consciously is it makes the chatter and the worry less important. You know?
Sure.
Because my chatter was like,
I think that's why
Steve Stoke on this new thing, and I'm kind of all over the place, and what the dog's doing. I just got home and threw this on, and I'm out of my sorts.
You weren't present, man.
Absolutely
not present, and now you're a
little bit more present.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of funny. I feel last night after I think it was after the first set, I was talking with Eric, our singer, and past guest Eric Delaney. He would because the stage was kind of weird, and the way we had to set it up, and Eric was having a hard time finding his space in the space, and so he had weird not disconnected but unsettled energy. And so he was telling me about that during the set breakdown in the green room. This is down under, actually. It's kind of a green room area. It's really funky and cool. Yeah, very. I felt, sort of famous for a minute. Gosh, between somebody thinking I was a famous musician and having a green room.
And didn't you crash in a hotel last night? Like, dude, you had a rock star evening, man.
I did. I netted negative $60 for the night, but
hey, whatever. Man, you gotta spend money to make money, right?
I guess, yeah. But but I felt kind of bad because I was really tired, and Eric's telling me all this, and I asked him, I'm like, do you want to, should we do some breathing? Do you want to, meditate for a few, what do you want to do? He's like, no, man, I can't tell. And I'm like, I just live. I'm like, I got nothing for you then, man. I don't know what to tell you. And he's like, thanks for the support, man.
The biggest support you can give somebody is like, hey, I'll breathe with you for a little bit. I mean, that's like that. You can't get any better.
That's what I was trying to say. Right. This is what I got, man. I can do some breathing exercises with you. Other than that, you're gonna have to figure that shit out. I got my pedal board figured out. You can figure out your space.
Yeah.
He was like, wow, that's a lot of compassion. Thanks,
I would argue that it is. I would argue that's a ton of compassion to say, hey, man, I see that you're frazzled and you're out of your sorts. Let's take a breath. Like you just did earlier with me.
Breath. See?
You can't get any better than that.
You hear that, Eric? I was doing my best and it was good enough.
Yeah, Eric, you ungrateful sot.
Thanks for listening.
How dare you?
Oh, shit, I forgot to bring Eric his sticker. Maybe that's why he was unsettled. Eric actually emailed and said, I'll take a sticker.
And you totally blew it.
And I totally blew it.
Anybody else email?
Eric, I'm sorry.
No, of course not.
No.
Nobody emails anymore. I feel out of whack, man. I'm out of whack because it's like my semester's over, so I'm in limbo time. I'm in the in-between time.
Oh, Joel has no schedule.
Yeah, man. It's good. It's the thing I've probably talked about it to you before, but it's the thing I look forward to most and the thing that throws me off the most. It's so wild. Right. It's like, I just can't wait. I just got to get, the last few weeks of the semester, I'm like, just get me to the end of the semester. I can do it.
Power through.
Then it's over, and then I get some time.
Then you get there, and you're like,
I'm falling through nothing. I have no tether to anything. The void is limitless.
Would you like to do some
again? It always comes back to that, doesn't it?
Hey, practice makes more practice.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Right. See?
It's true. It's so true.
It is true. Uh-huh. I had a moment earlier. I made myself some blueberry pancakes for dinner. Protein, power.
Oh, those are so
Kodiak
good.
Cakes. Blueberries. Mm-hmm. And I love putting blueberries in them. And But while I was making my dinner, I thought, I was like, yeah, fuck that Israel-Gaza situation.
Whoa! From the top rope.
Well, I was reading the thing. I can't get too far down that never-ending rabbit hole. But the bit about the people that got shot were like bare-chested, waving white flags, which is a universal symbol
Surrender.
of surrendered. If you shoot somebody wearing a white flag, that's waving a white flag. That's a war crime. Just full stop. And I'm like, God damn it! Can't we just stop killing people in the Jesus's birthplace at Christmas?
No. I mean, and would you expect anything less?
No. It's what we do.
It's what we do. It's what they've done. It's what we've given them money and weapons to do forever. And I am definitely gonna try to restrain my pen or tongue right now, but
probably a good
there's idea. Yeah. But one thing I did notice, man, is that like the social mediaification of this particular situation is outrageous. Mostly because like I follow Jack Cornfield in particular on Instagram, and
oh sure,
he made some statements like, I am for peace, this is my stance, I am for no one, just what you said. Why do we have to continue to kill each other in the name of our particular magical belief or whatever, and or land that we think is ours that we never mind. But the comment section, man, it's like never look at the comment section because
why
because
would you look at the
it's
comments?
like watching a train wreck. I can't not look.
Yeah, you can.
Anyway, people just like, how dare you? We need our spiritual leaders to pick a side, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, in no way does this particular moment call for anyone just simply being on the side of a ceasefire or peace. It's you have to pick a side. You know what I mean? Like, I'm being facetious, but there's this idea that like you have to have a side, and everybody has to have some.
I have a side.
Right.
No more killing.
But that's not a side. That's not good enough. You know what I mean?
I
like that. The Instagram comment section will tell you that's not enough.
Oh, yeah, but that's it's so bad.
No, I'm with you.
I have to do things like be around actual human beings in the flesh that are trying to help other human beings to like, okay, not everything is completely
right.
Not everything. I'm gonna stick around the people that are trying to, help people,
and that's the thing that is
without any expectation of getting anything in return besides maybe a nice little warm fuzzy feeling.
But when I guess I'm not trying to trivialize the complicated nature of all of that, but I think
right. I understand.
You're not like that's the genius of what you just said, is that because I have to deal with other human beings in the world, it cuts out, like, you're not going to walk around and talk to people like people talk in a comment section on an Instagram post. Like, that's not
right. There are people that do that.
Yeah, and those people are horrible to be around. They're the worst.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's my talking points for the day, and I'm going to talk about them, even though you might not have even asked me about that, but I'm just going to interject them into this conversation that was, for a few minutes, actually reasonable and decent and not entirely gross.
That's the thing that is so...
It's the only thing that's in my brain, so I'm going to start talking about it.
And you can tell those people that are treating it like a comment section, in that they have no responsibility for the things that they're bloviating about.
Right.
I'm not like, we all just need to get along and we all just need to put our phones down. It's not what I'm saying. I think it's just, it's hard because, when you,
Well, I feel like it's like if I was at, like, for example, a family dinner, like, for example, at, I don't know, say Christmas or something, I would not, for the sake of having a nice dinner and having a reasonable holiday, say something to the effect of, why the fuck are we shooting people waving white flags?
Yeah.
I would not do that.
Yeah, that's it.
I would say, this ham is delicious. Would you please pass the pecan pie?
Yeah.
I'm going to go take a nap now.
Yeah.
Things like that. But I feel like there's a certain amount. I mean, and obviously there's a line. You know me. I've gone through my social media rants and raves over the years, and I've just stopped doing that because there's no point. It's not going to change anybody's mind. And it doesn't really make me feel any better. So what the hell? I guess I'll just post cat pictures. So I have
this
cats
is what the
now,
people
and
want
that's
anyway.
what the internet's for.
They want their.
That's what I'm saying, and I know that came up. Back when I worked for the newspaper, I had access to the board, the metrics board. I could see in real time how many people were looking at what on the newspaper website. I could see the metrics. I could see the patterns. I could see where people came from. I could see where they went after they left a certain article. I could see how long they stayed on a certain article. Like everything. And I can tell you what
they want
cat
videos.
What they want is football players to do something stupid. That's what they want. That's what gets clicks. Mm-hmm. World news events, nothing. Crickets.
Nuanced.
Actual
nuanced
news,
opinion pieces, weighing all the history of a particular part of the Middle East. That's very. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But they all have opinions.
Oh my God.
So everybody, Joel has a puppy. And that puppy, I just get to laugh.
The puppy has very muddy paws right now.
Oh God, that's so funny. Everybody, Joel's gonna take a minute and clean his dog's paws.
I hope this is the content everybody's really hoping for, because this dog.
Well, they're getting their money's worth.
True. Just covered in mud.
I think it's.
And I'm so.
Hey, could you turn your laptop so we can see what's happening?
Dude, I gotta prevent her from tracking mud all over the damn house.
77 years ago. That's all I know of that. Has anybody ever heard? Now I'm just talking to whoever might be listening. My usual sound. What I'm starting to do for vocal mic sound checks is I sing a little bit from a song in Frank Zappa's album, Joe's Garage, where Joe has been imprisoned for his musical proclivities and activities, and he's just kind of trying to kill time because he's in prison. He has nothing else to do, so he's kind of dwindling off into his imaginary world, and it goes a little something like this.
I was here for it. Yeah, she yeah, dude, this is crazy. Now she's got the loudest squeaker toy she has. Oh, totally.
On purpose.
It's this penguin. It's her
Is it
fucking
a busy
busy
bee? Does it look like a
fucking bear in a bee costume?
Bear. That's not a bee. That's a bear in a bee costume. Oh God.
Yeah, so she got mud everywhere. So that's where we're at today. This is the best. This is now she's barking. Welcome.
These executives have pluked the fuck out of me, and there's still a long time to go before I've paid my debt to society.
He's really
and all I ever really wanted to do is play the guitar and bend the string like Ring tune tinu ninu nee.
People love this
I've got
right
it.
now. Whatever this is.
I'll be sullen and withdrawn. I'll dwindle off into the twilight realm of my own secret thoughts. I'll lay here till dawn on my back in a semi-catatonic state and dream of guitar notes that would irritate an executive kind of guy.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening to the podcast.
I'm sorry.
I don't even know where. I mean, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm fucking this up. I mean, the only logical thing you could do is sing Frank Zappa, which really everybody really wants to hear because we all know.
I think everybody wants to hear that. Everybody now is going to get on Spotify and listen to Joe's Garage.
My dog. Fucking.
You know what you should do, dude? You should do a production of Joe's Garage.
There's some parts of that I probably won't produce, though.
Which ones? The ones with all the robot
Isn't there a few?
sex?
Doesn't he have a few N-words in there? I don't think I really want to.
No, that's Thingfish.
Okay. All right, never mind. I retract my.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the train or the plane has crashed into the side of the mountain at this point.
Yeah, but people like plane crashes. How are we going to get the survivors?
How are they going to get out of this one? I mean, that's the classic situation comedy, right? We're in the climax. How are they going to get out of this one? How are Joel and Steve going to?
Oh, I think it'll be. I think it'll look like the end of Blazing Saddles, where we just crash into the other movie set.
The Muppet movie where Gonzo runs into the set and the whole thing just falls apart. Yeah. But the sun shines through at some point, and everybody starts singing. Yeah.
Yeah. See? I feel like we're in that space now. We made it.
Yeah, we can do anything. We can do.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
it's
true.
Our podcast. We can crash all the planes.
You know what? That's what I need. Like, we don't need to be polite. I know. I'm just saying, like, I like to lock in and focus and think of it, and this
is like Joel and Steve's chaos hour.
It really is.
Which is like really a better podcast when you think about it. We'd probably get more listeners.
And just every week have a random take on something.
I don't think. No, see, why put labels
some
on
days,
it, man?
Some days it'll really, be really focused and serious. And some days not so much.
Right. And other days we just might watch you clean your dog's paws.
Happened. I still have mud to clean up before Kirsten gets home. But I don't know, man. She's on her way. Probably 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, this is like that scene. That's that thing
right.
in Pulp Fiction.
We got to clean it up. I got to call Harvey Keitel.
Well, your uncle Marsalis can buy you some shit. It'll be fine.
Yeah. What else is going on?
I don't know. God, lots of
That's
things I can't really talk about on the podcast for a while.
Fair.
Anyway, yeah, like a lot. That's like most of my content actually. Is
I keep asking you that, knowing full well, like, not yet.
Yeah.
I'm back full balls deep into Zelda Tears of the Kingdom right now. It's really great.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Nintendo. It's so good.
Is it good?
It's such a great video game. It's so interesting and well made and fun to play and escaping. So there's that. I'm going skiing. I'm going skiing in a few weeks.
With
just
kids
me
or just you?
Literally just me. Kirsten and I are getting away. We're going to the mountains for so every year we try to just get the fuck out of Dodge right after Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Last year we tried to go somewhere warm, and that was thwarted because of Southwest Airlines.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah. Right.
And so we also didn't really want to not be with the dog, so we're gonna pack the dog up and go. We got an Airbnb in the mountains, and we're gonna do that. And then I decided, I'm like, how far away is the nearest ski resort? And it's only about 45 minutes to an hour. So I'm going skiing. I'm going to Eldora, and I booked the lift tickets and the rentals, and I'm going to do it. It's been something that I've really loved doing.
Are you skiing or
I'm
snowboarding?
Skiing. I never really learned how to snowboard, and I don't really feel like picking it up now, you know? So,
right. Well, that's great, man. Where are you
Eldora Ski Resort? Nederland, I think, is where it's near.
Oh,
it's about 30 minutes from Boulder due west as the crow flies, I think. So, yeah. It'll be great, man. I'm looking forward to it. Even if it's just a day, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I want to do more of that.
I did that when I lived in Virginia. Sometimes we'd drive up to Pennsylvania in the winter and go skiing at a little local ski resort. Just a day trip up there.
And nice. I'm not down to I'm not like a skier that tries to just fucking burn it. I'm not.
You're not doing the double black
and
diamonds.
I don't know that I'll ever. Maybe if I go every year, right? If I lived out there, maybe. But if I go every year, it might get a little more challenging. I like the feeling of having a nice pace, but it's more about I don't know. I'm literally on 2 sticks of fiberglass, letting gravity sail me down a mountain.
Do its thing.
You know what I mean? Just the
I'm a bunny green slope guy.
I have no problem with that.
I'm not aggro.
And I'm not trying to spend the night in the hospital. You know what I mean?
Right. Compound fractures.
I like my knees. I want them to work a little longer.
That's what I'm saying. That's right.
So yeah,
Plus, I'm always scared that I'm gonna skewer some little kid.
But by not because they're in the way, but because I'm out of control.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's I just
out of sheer I can't stop and I don't know what I'm doing and I injure some kid
and I'm yelling as loud as I can.
Some 4-year-old kids get pummeled by my 43-year-old ass because I don't know what I'm doing, thinking I have to ski down a black diamond way outside of my skill level.
Yeah. It's like the signs in the in the entry vestibules to casinos: bet with your head, not over it.
That's good. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that, man. That'll be good.
That will be good. I did do a thing. Remember, I joined the Grateful Dead.
Oh yeah. So what is that? What is that all about?
It's really intense, man. It's like next level GD nerdery, hardcore. It's tied, I believe, to the UC Santa Cruz archives, Grateful Dead archives, which is a serious academic situation. And they sent me their minutes from their last meeting. It's published in paperback.
Oh wow!
It's like a book, and it's intense. I'll have to show it to you. And I'm not even going to get into describing it, but let's just say it's a lot. And so then. Me and past guest Jack Van Cleve and past guest David Gracie are going to Chicago to.
I think you did. I saw all the various topics that you can partake in.
Yeah, that situation is so in March we're going to Chicago to take Popular in the Pop Culture Association annual meeting, which will also be the annual meeting of the Grateful Dead Studies.
So they're part of that, or that just happens to be going on?
It's kind of like there are 70 different groups meeting at this thing, and one of them is the Dead. Right now, there's 33 registered members, and then just right around that also will be the Gothic Literature, Film, and Culture group, German Literature and Culture, Generational Studies, Gender Studies, Gender and Media Studies, Game Studies, Food and Popular Culture, Folklore, Film, Fat Studies, Fashion, Style, Appearance, Consumption, and Design, Fan Culture and Theory, Fairy Tales, Education, Teaching, Popular History and Popular Culture, Ecology and Culture, Disney Studies, Disasters and Apocalypses. All of these are meeting simultaneously in the same convention center.
Do they
and more? That's like 10% of the list.
I'm curious to know if they put them in the conference rooms in alphabetical order so that like folklore can be next to fat studies, can be next to apocalyptic studies, can be next to Disney studies.
I'm tempted to bail on the dead and go listen to the
I feel like,
apocalypses.
I mean, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, right?
Kinda, right. But yeah, so anyway, it's almost like I mean the dead studies wouldn't be able to put on a big convention on their own.
Neither would
And some of these other
folklore.
Neither would fat studies or and so they all just they all hang off of this larger entity to have this conference. Yeah, but so that's for 4 days at the end of March, and I'm just unbelievably stoked to go.
I can't wait to get the follow-up episode on that one.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Too bad you got to go to Greece.
Yeah, I know.
That's just going to be the
awful.
worst. All those beaches and ancient whatever the hell is there.
Ruins, ancient theaters, ancient palaces, ancient everything.
That sounds awesome.
Hey, there's new stuff there too.
I'm sure there's probably some. I don't know anything about Greece other than that.
I'm stoked.
Pretty. Dude, there's one for oh my god, professional wrestling studies, psychology and pop culture, pulp studies,
like orange juice pulp
culture.
Okay,
that's what it is. Pulp. Yeah. Some have calcium added. I don't know. Romance, science and popular culture, science fiction and fantasy, sea literature, Shakespeare on film and television, soap opera and serialized storytelling, the 60s.
What's
sports,
this? What's the Stephen King? That might be. When is this again?
It's the end of March.
End of
dude,
March.
You're blowing it. Fuck.
Like Easter? Like
Greece.
You're going.
We'll have to look at my calendar. It's like I just sent you the link to all the things. But yeah, dude. Quit. Why would you?
Well, I'm not going. I'm going to Greece at the end of May. I'm just trying to make sure I have.
Oh,
I'm just trying to make sure. I'm just trying to make sure I have enough. Financial.
Wednesday, March 27th, and we're coming back on the 30th.
Yeah, no.
Saturday the 30th.
Well, if it was my spring break, I'd do it. But it's not.
Right.
Oh no, that's Easter weekend, so maybe.
Dude, you could blast out for.
I totally could because
we need to. I need to send our friend and past guest Darren Keene a message to say that we'll be in Chicago, and
for sure
weird with Darren if he's around.
I'm sure he'd have some ideas about how to get weird in that town.
That's
some good ideas.
Right.
Actually weird. Not like I'm going to go to Portillo's and eat my feelings until I pass out and cry and throw up in the trash can.
That's Thursday night. Then we still got Friday and all day Saturday. So
yeah, do a bang bang of Portillo's and Giordano's.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah, and then just to keep the party rolling.
Yeah. What you do is you get a Lou Malnati's pie. And then a Giordano's pie, you flip one of them, and then you put you empty out about 4 Portillo sandwiches in the middle. Yeah, and put one pie on top of the other like a sandwich, and then you cut that up and you eat it.
That's right. I'm here for it.
It's a coronary waiting to happen. Coronary delight.
Yeah. That's what they call
the name of this episode now. We did a coronary chaos of delight.
Despite all of the weird vibes and interruptions and see, it's Joel and Steve's Chaos Hour.
I would much rather dip out on whatever Easter celebrations might be cooking up around here to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm out. But there's
I don't eat ham. Dude. There's fucking. I can get a veggie. I can get a fucking veggie Chicago dog. Several of them.
Yeah, you can get several of them. We could even get you some
Man,
veggie pizzas.
and then all the whole text thread is going to be going.
It is. Now you're going to know how I felt not on Instagram.
You looked back through that thread of us on it. It's terrible. It's
did.
boring.
It is terrible. I didn't miss much.
There were so many times I wanted to send shit knowing full well that you weren't there at you. And then I'm like, but yeah, if he ever comes back on, he's going to know how shitty I was.
Yes.
That's true.
I already know that.
That's why we're friends. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that'll be cool, man. That'll be really cool. And if I can steal away, maybe.
That'd be great. We'll leave the light on for you.
Light on for you.
That's right. All right. Did we do it? What are we calling this?
Joel
one?
And Steve's chaos. Coronary chaos.
Good. I'm gonna press stop.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Trucking, rock my chips and steer, keep trucking, like the two don't man. Together, no one else in line. Just keep trucking, oh, 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 oh. Well, I'm in a fashion, my kids out on Main Street. Chicago, New York, Detroit, and it's all the same street. Your typical city involved in a typical daydream. Hang it up and see what tomorrow brings. Dallas, got a salt machine. Houston, too close to New Orleans. New York, got the ways and means. Just won't let you be. Oh, no, no. Most of the guys you meet in the street are true love. But most of the time they're sitting and crying at home. One of these days they'll let it be going. Out of the door and down the street all alone. Like the son of Smith. Once you told me you got to play your hand. Sometimes the cards are worth a dime. If you don't lay them down, oh no. Sun shining on me. Other times I can barely see. Need a curse to be. Well, take tribute to me. What in the world ever became a sweet chain? She lost her sparkle, you know she hit the same. Living on reds and bottom misty and cocaine. Well, the thing you say it's a fucking shame. Trucking up to Buffalo, been thinking you got to mellow slow. It takes time to pick a place to go. Just keep trucking, go. Staring out of the hotel window. Well, I got a tip, they're gonna keep the door in again. Well, I like to get some sleep before I travel. Well, if you're out of warning, I bet you're gonna come in. Busting down a Bourbon Street. Set up like a bowling pin. We're knocked down against the weary thing. We just won't let you be. Oh, no. You're sick of hanging around and you like to travel. You're tired of traveling, you want to settle down. Well, I guess they can revoke your sober trial. Get out of the door and let out look for. Sometimes the lights all shining on me. Other times I can barely see. Maybe
Don't forget, toot your hooter.